It is a huge week this week, and you need to take a look at the catalysts that are coming our way. We'll take a look at the economic calendar first, followed by a quick technical analysis view of the charts. So let's pop this up here for you. So today, September the 30th, 1:55 p.m., we have Jerome Powell coming out and speaking, and we're looking for some color, some flavor onto that context for the cut that we got for 50 basis points last week, hoping for further evidence of what could be coming our way. The markets likely are going to be hesitant today. If they run up to that time, expect them to pull back near that time and then be extra volatile right around the time that he's speaking. So that could be a very interesting time for us. Check out Tuesday. We have ISM manufacturing data, also JOLTS. Going to be huge for us to watch that. Mind you, this week does culminate by Friday. Well, by the way, you can see tons of Fed speeches throughout tomorrow. And then into Wednesday, you have more speeches. Thursday, you have initial unemployment claims. It's going to be a big one for us. And then we have ISM services data coming out at 10 a.m. on that Thursday as well. And then Friday, here's the big two that we're looking for: non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. So this week, I think, is no shortage on catalysts. So Jerome Powell speaking to kick it off, followed by the jobs data that we get. And we know that jobs data is where the Fed is looking right now. We didn't have the big moment from the inflation data on Friday, although it was relatively good inflation data to give evidence that inflation is not running rampant, and that's good for the Fed to see. We did have incomes down a little bit, spending down a little bit. And so that puts into question, are we going to see a little bit too much of this? Are we too late? Is the Fed too late with the cuts that they have coming along? And I think that's a lot of the questions that we have. The jobs data this week is going to be looked to provide further evidence for what exactly we can expect to come. So let's go over and check out the charts. Those are not the charts. Here are the charts for you. There we go. So putting the charts up here and talking about what we see, which right now is not much. Let's actually go over here to the SPY, where we're in a rising wedge pattern at the moment, and we're darn near the top of that thing. And honestly, this makes a lot of sense that we retraced back down from this point in time. We weren't able to go to the moon. We did peekaboo up over it. And then today, right now, we're right around that 571 number, looking for 564 down to the south, but you can see some moving averages creeping in there. And so it is possible that we fall shy of that, but we're going to have to see. That'd be quite a drop to the upside from that. If we're able to stay up above this support that we had on Friday, we have 577.63, and it's no wonder that we're right about in the middle of those two values with the number of catalysts that we have, including the Jerome Powell speech today. So moving over to the Qs, where do we find ourselves with the Qs? Let's reset that view. We have support down at about 480, and then up above that around 490 to 491. Those are going to be significant resistances for us to the upside. So those are the values that we want to watch for the Qs. For IWM, the jobs report is going to be even bigger, because what we're looking for is confirmation that either we are in recession or we're not in recession. Either way, we're struggling a little bit with these prices, with the Russell 2000 stocks, because they want to know, is it time to go to the moon or is it time to fall to the floor? This is the week that we want to be watching each of these indices to see further direction, and those economic reports as they come out, and listening to Jerome Powell and what he has to say at 1:55 p.m. today. Nvidia, if I give you a better view to look at here, we've been in a consolidation pattern recently. Also, this broadening wedge pattern that you see on here, which there's actually a better view for that. I think more importantly right now is that we look to see this consolidation pattern, that we are near the top of that, and we want to see what exactly is coming our way for Nvidia. There's been a leak, a tease for the 5090 cards coming out to maybe bolster that consumer gaming side of things, but the biggest thing is still data center at this point in time. So for Nvidia, right now the pre-market right around 118, that's around this support that you see on here. Let me stretch that out so you guys can see that. So here's the 118, that's this to the top of this support. The bottom of that's around 115 to 116. Down below that is 111. If we bounce here, and there's a good likelihood that we do, especially if the market does recover or rally from here, 120, and then up above that, the trend line, and 125 is what we have to look for. For Tesla, on the intraday numbers, slight double peak, but even more so, if we go out to like a 4-hour chart, we might be able to see it there. There we go. What we're looking for, if we get a continued run up to full self-driving robotaxi day, is this previous peak that we had back in July. Got to be watchful for a run up to that value, followed by sell the news. If we get it, we currently have this resistance all up above right now at about 263. So if we fail to break through that resistance, we have support at 253. The top of that resistance, by the way, is 268. And we have a free rise from there up to about 276, but be mindful of this peak that we had back here at about 271. So I'd be surprised to see us break 271 unless the rest of the market rallies and pushes us higher with Tesla. I'd be surprised to see us break 271 leading up to October the 10th, which is that full self-driving robotaxi day. Bitcoin pulling back to about the 200-day support that we have on here. So we made it up over that, currently retesting it as I make this video. Watch for what happens around 155. I think that's going to make the difference of if we push up to the resistance level we have up here at 67,696, or if we fall down through these support levels that I have also on screen around 61.4, around 57.6. Just be on the lookout. Listen for a Jerome Powell. Watch for what happens. Breaking down below the 200-day is a fairly bearish thing. We have the 50-period EMA and SMA in there as well. So guys, it's a big week this week. There's a lot going on with the indices. There's a lot that can be decided today for which way we go in the near term, and a lot that can be decided this week for where we go over the next several weeks, possibly leading up to the election, and then finding out what we have to do to recalculate and recalibrate on our way to that. Guys, if you want to see what I'm buying and selling, you want to see my commentary, see my technicals before they hit YouTube, there's a link down in the description for the Patreon. Click on that, sign up, head on over to the Discord. And if you guys want a technical analysis trading course that gives you a top-notch, top-tier trading strategy that's simple and easy to set up, you can find the link for Stockmo Academy down in the description. Click on that. Sign up using the code word DOCTOR for a massive discount on that one. Guys, thanks for watching. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. We'll see you in the next video.